they're little icy objects that are orbiting in a funny way, and nobody was quite sure why. It seemed like there might be something with gravity pulling on them, but nobody quite understood. And finally, these scientists that you talked about took a really hard look at it, did simulations, calculations, and they came up with the explanation: it probably is this giant planet.
I think I read somewhere it orbits the sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years.
Right.
Is that why no one has seen it to this point?
No, that's not why. It's because it's so dim. It's so far away that even though it's big, it's very, very dim, and it'd be very tough to spot with a telescope.
I'm also fascinated at the idea that this planet could be so far out there and still our sun be the mass that is keeping it in the gravitational pull of our solar system.
Right, yeah, but no, it's true.
That's incredible. And so there was a thought at one point from scientists that when they thought that there was something beyond Pluto, that it might have been all the massive objects floating in the Kuiper belt, but it's not.
Right, so all those objects are out there and they have a lot of mass, and originally the scientists said, look, a planet is such a crazy idea, maybe it's the Kuiper belt itself that's pulling it on itself and making these orbits look funny.
And when we talk about the mass of this planet X, this ninth planet, being 10 times that of Earth, for those who are not scientists, what does that really mean, the mass of a planet versus Earth's mass?
Well, if you could put it on a scale, how much it would weigh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. And so it's bigger, it's bulkier, it's got more heft, it's got more gravity. It's this huge elephant in the living room, except we didn't know it was there.
Look at this information here, Nibiru, the 12th planet. You can see a diagram on the screen here now, showing you basically the system that's going to be coming in soon. You can see our solar system that's spinning around our sun, and also there is many other objects that are out there spinning around as well, large asteroids, huge meteorites that are spinning in different orbits. There's a chart to show you basically that these objects are out there, they're real, and they are basically going around at thousands of millions of miles an hour. And if one hits the Kyoto area, we're in deep trouble, because they're tracking these objects out there in space. The Nibiru system is 100%. It's 4 times the size of Earth, and look at the other sides of the you've got Jupiter there as well, and other objects as well. So basically this scenario is real, this situation is coming in, and basically we need to prepare, because Planet X, the brown dwarf as well, it's coming. It's 100%. You can see the dwarf star, the size of it compared to the bigger celestial bodies that we have in our outer solar system and inner solar system. The thing is huge, and it's burning. It's right by our sun right now, and it's causing the Earth to dim. You can see the diagram here of Planet X as well, the orbital period and the masses and the kilograms of the size of this object and the angles and things. It's all been predicted, and scientists and government and NASA knows it's coming. They know it's coming. It's 100%, and all the information is here. We've got all the information now to show you that Nibiru, it's coming in from the inner side of the solar system now. All the planets are tilting, even our sun is tilted because of Nemesis. And as I've been saying on the other videos as well, that the Earth is darkening, and I really mean that. As I said with the weather channels as well, they're lying to us. They're basically saying it's just murky weather from the sun. It's basically burning behind those chemtrails. It's a real situation that's on our hands right now, and we've all got to prepare, because it's getting to a point that all the system is now falling apart. Here's another diagram of how far the brown dwarf star is away from our Earth, and basically it's incoming. Now the thing is though, this is an image that was from the past made, but the thing is it's a lot closer now, and you can see where the diagram shows how the brown dwarf star moves in towards our solar system, agitating our sun as our sun's getting hotter now and burning the hydrogen off the clouds. And also basically we are getting heated up. The earthquakes are causing a lot of damage now to our planet, and news media still don't want to say anything about this. This is a true event. You can see how this simulator here is showing you on this diagram of the real situation, what's going on out there in the skies. It's good to check the graphs, check the diagrams and the weather cams, and also the weather charts with the jet stream and everything. It's all being affected by this brown dwarf star Nemesis. Nemesis is out there, and Nibiru and the system, Hellion, it's all out there now. And we need to basically prepare for this situation. And I believe all the subscribers have said before, they're all preparing now. I've had emails of saying that they're preparing, they're stocking up. This is another situation where they are basically showing you the system. You can see here on this video the initial orbit and the exit orbit of the diagrams of how many days and years, the semi-major axis as well. It's all important information for us to be prepared for this situation, because basically many people are still they've got their eyes down, they're not looking at the situation properly, and it's important that you do this, that you look at this situation every time, because we are all in a binary system, and the government and media don't want us to know that we're in the binary system. Look at this. This is Comet Hell orbit. This is information to tell you back in the day that this was part of the system as well, but media don't want to tell you this. A lot of the comets are caused by the Kuiper belt being shifted and moved, and it's a real situation right now. These are the coordinates of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune and Pluto. You can see the distance, the days, and the average conditions and the orbital period ranges. So we're getting all the right information, and also the days and times and everything that have been calculated as the Nemesis and Nibiru system are coming closer into our system. It's just very important to catch everything on the charts to see what's going on, because every day is really important to try and get the footage on the webcams and everything for you, the subscribers, to see what's going on, because we are darkening. This is 100%, we're darkening, and basically news media are just telling lies. You can see here on Earth the changes, the average, and also the days. You can see that. Now the thing is, basically, as the system is coming through, these are the amount of days calculated as Nemesis is coming through. It's coming through pretty fast as well. It's a shocking situation, and we all need to prepare, because lots of things are happening right now around the world. Here again is a diagram of the mass of the brown dwarf star. 13 to 80% of the Jupiter mass, 13% mass, 4,134 mass of the Earth. This thing is huge, this brown dwarf star, and it's going to burn us, and they're chemtrailing every day to try and cover this. Nemesis is in our inner solar system. You can see the reflections now on the webcams. This star is going to burn right through them chem clouds. And also Planet X is basically 13 masses of Jupiter. And look at the orbital period. Everything is in the skies now. The diagrams show the proof. And I'm going to show you more of the webcams now of the red skies of different parts of the world. Here is another weather cam that's today in a place called Acton in the USA. Now basically some parts of the USA are getting these thick clouds, and also the temperatures are dropping drastically. I've also had a subscriber that's emailed me this afternoon saying he's from this area and the weather is strange. Yesterday it was warm, but now it's got very cold. As we're tilting, the Earth is basically tilting left to right. So some parts of the world is very cold. The jet stream is just all over the place, because last year he said it was warm. So basically we're getting erratic weather patterns are all over the place. Here we have another weather cam that's over in the USA as well, and there you have it. You can see basically how dark it has been getting in the daytime, and this here you can see basically this situation is called dimming. And also the clouds in the background have been lowering, and you've got this haze in the sky as well. Here's another weather camera. You can see you've got the simulator in front of the sun. Look at the darkness and the reflection. These yellow reflections are happening all over the world. This is a net cam in the USA. Look at the clouds, the chem clouds to the right hand side, and the dimness of the land. It's all here now. The proof is in the situation. You can see the darkness. The natural sun should be brightening everything up, as you full well know. The Queen of England turned around and said, "Let the light shine through the darkness." And this is what's happening right now. This is all true. This is an image that was brought into me, emailed by a kind subscriber that would like to remain anonymous. To the top of the sun there, you've got lens flare. We all know this now. And to the right and left of the sun, you've got this strange halo. This image is in HD. You can see where the simulator is in front of the sun because it gives a strange shape to the sun. And you can see the chemtrails on the horizon and these thick chems above in the sky. And we're breathing all this in because Nemesis is in our solar system now and they're just trying to hide it from us because they don't want us to stop. They want us to carry on. They don't want us to know. It's ridiculous because we need to know now. Here you have a live Tenerife cam. This is Tenerife, and also it's amazing to see the yellowness on the fence there in the tree. You can see the yellowness, the tint, as the simulator is in front of our sun and the sun is being slowly eclipsed. We will get darker. It will get darker. Can you see the natural clouds as well on the left hand side not covering the sun? They're being burnt and pushed away. And also above you can see then pink ripples of chemtrails in the sky, and it's dark above. So everything, all of it is happening right now, all across the world. Here's another cam in Rio de Janeiro. You can see the pinkness on the sky, on the clouds. To the right, there's an object. There again, you can see now the yellowness and the dimness. This is daylight there in that area, where it should be much brighter. But as you can see now, it's getting darker. Reflections are here. Sooner or later, we're going to have high tides and rainfalls and very strange, weird weather patterns again, abrupt climate changes. These things are starting to happen now. They are happening now. The pinkness in the clouds and the yellowness and the sun is being covered with the simulator and the cloaking devices up there in space. NASA are basically covering the whole situation with other space agencies. They're all working together. The government is producing and pumping the money to them from our taxpayers' working monies, our wages. It's all happening now. And basically, it's just basically a time now that we just got to keep looking up. Here on this cam, you can see as well, the clouds are too low. They're very, very low. It's got this yellow tint, and you can see this pink haze in the middle of the screen just a bit to the left. If you look at the horizon, you can see the pink tint of one of the heavenly bodies, the reflections. Look at the pink tint, and when the clouds are moving, you can see the object behind it. And the clouds are being pushed down very low. It's all happening now. So I'm going to keep an eye on this cam for you, the subscribers, because it's very important that we check all cams at all times. Well, I want to say thank you for everybody that's shared their thoughts looking at these images, and all the subscribers that are looking at these cams, because our skies are truly changing. Nemesis, Nibiru, Hellion, the moons, they're here. They are here on our inner solar system. They are tilting everything. We are being tilted. We're being wobbled. The yellowness on the ground, the darkness, you can see this. The sun will be burning through them natural clouds now. The hydrogen is being burnt off them, and I'm hoping now that you are fully aware of the situation, that I'm trying to get this message across to you. There's many other channels that are doing fantastic jobs to show proof. Just look at the sea and look at the ground. It's very, very dark now. And these chemtrails are being pumped in the sky above our natural clouds. They think they actually believe, NASA and government believe, that they can't be seen. The military planes up there that are pumping the skies. They think that we just believe that they're just contrails and people going on their holidays and business trips. No, that's not true. They are military-run planes with turbine engines to keep it quiet up there, so we can't hear them up there. So it's all happening now, you see. Our sun is being affected, truly being affected now by Nemesis, the binary twin. And also the moons and Nibiru, they are basically eclipsing slowly now our sun. As I said earlier on about the Queen's speech, it's all true. But the thing is, so us humans we can fight through anything. We can actually transform ourselves to understand the weather's bad, so we just fight through it. Because we are fighters. the public around the world. And I want to respect you all. And I want to basically say a big thank you for viewing the footage. And I'll be back tomorrow with more interesting images of the darkness and the Nibiru system that's coming in. So respect to you all, and have a nice weekend from Matt Rogers.
Audio Jungle.
Of our solar system.
Right, yeah, but no, it's true.
That's incredible. And so there was a thought at one point from scientists that when they thought that there was something beyond Pluto, that it might have been all the massive objects floating in the Kuiper Belt, but it's not.
Right, so all those objects are out there and they have a lot of mass, and originally the scientists said, look, a planet is such a crazy idea, maybe it's the Kuiper Belt itself that's pulling it on itself and making
The sun every 10,000 to 20,000 years.
Right.
Is that why no one has seen it to this point?
No, that's not why. It's because it's so dim. It's so far away that even though it's big, it's very, very dim, and it'd be very tough to spot with a telescope.
I'm also fascinated at the idea that this planet could be so far out there and still our sun be the mass that is keeping it in the gravitational pull.
Out there, little icy objects that are orbiting in a funny way, and nobody was quite sure why. It seemed like there might be something with gravity pulling on them, but nobody quite understood. And finally, these scientists that you talked about took a really hard look at it, did simulations, calculations, and they came up with the explanation: it probably is this giant planet.
I think I read somewhere it orbits the